Yes, we are so excited for today's live event. We are bringing you to New Orleans with a whole lot of amazing special guests. And if you're new here, welcome. We are so excited for Wanderfest. If you don't know who I am, I'm Christine Lozada. I am a nonstop traveler. I am a drone pilot, and I am all things social at Wonderful. And I'm so excited because I'm bringing in our co-host today. She's tuning in from somewhere very interesting. But if you don't know who Hadi is, I'm so excited to introduce you to her. She helps you to live your best bold life and has helped thousands to make the possible impossible. And she's our official MC of Wanderfest. Hadi, you cannot talk right now. Do you want to know why? Because she's in the Dominican Republic and she has the worst Wi-Fi in the history of, actually, I don't want to say ever because it's not that bad, but if she unmutes, she sounds like a robot. So we'll just give her a little wave. And Hadi, on a scale of 1 to 10, how excited are you about Wanderfest? I am an 11 on a scale of 1 to 10. She probably can't even hear me because her Wi-Fi is that good. But we are so excited because it's going to be in New Orleans, and in today's live stream, we are going to be showing you some of the things that you can expect to see when you are at Wanderfest. Please share in the chat with us. We would love to know where you're all tuning in from. And we want to know if you're coming to Wanderfest, because if you have not yet gotten a ticket, there might be a special opportunity for you to grab one today at a special limited time discount. So on that note, where exactly are we going in New Orleans today? We're going to HI Hostel, which we're super excited about because they have been a longtime partner of Wonderful. And we are bringing in Cassie to give you a little bit more info about HI Hostel. So let's bring her in. Hi, let's do it. Hi, Cassie.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much. My name is Cassie Oliver, and I'm the Director of Volunteer Services for HI USA and coordinated with Wonderful to help organize today's virtual event. I wanted to just take a few moments to talk about HI USA since some of you out there may not be familiar with our organization. We are a nonprofit organization that operate hostels throughout the U.S., as well as educational programs to facilitate cultural exchange. Our organization believes in the power of travel to foster a deeper understanding of people, places, and the world around. It's our mission to make cross-cultural experiences more accessible by all. And we achieve this by providing affordable accommodations in our hostels, offering domestic and international travel scholarships to individuals with limited travel experience. And we also lead free travel-related workshops for organizations and the general public. We are so happy and excited to be partnering with Wonderful today on this virtual exploration of an amazing city at the site of our newest urban hostel, HI New Orleans. We opened the door to this hostel, which is adjacent to the French Quarter, in 2019, and are excited to offer a mix of dorm and ensuite private rooms. Their expansive kitchen, common spaces, and a cafe for guests to enjoy. We serve guests from all over the world and all throughout the US every day. You'll experience some of these spaces today during this program, and we welcome you all to stay with us during Wanderfest and any time in the future. Thank you so much, and I hope you enjoyed today's adventures.
Yes, I'm so excited. I've been getting so much of the behind the scenes tour of HI Hostel in New Orleans. It looks so good. So I'm really excited because that's where we are about to head to next. And if actually tell us in the chat, have you been to New Orleans before? It's one of my most favorite places. I just got goosebumps, and I'm excited because there is a team of travel broads that will be hosting this next section of the live, taking us around HI Hostel with some special guests. So make sure you check out the special discount on HI Hostel if you're considering coming to Wanderfest or if you've already gotten your ticket. And we are going to bring on Fender and Maloney. And if you don't know who they are, these traveler broads, they are residents of New Orleans. And they create a ton of helpful and very entertaining travel content around this amazing city. So let's bring in the traveler rods, Fender Maloney. We're so excited. Take it away. Oh, hold on. I'm going to do an interpretive dance while they are on. Do an interpretive dance while you're on mute. I'm going to translate. Something tells me that they are wearing amazing matching clothing. Oh, it's so good. Tell me in the chat if you've ever tried to do a live stream. Yes, Tammy from the wonderful team. She's amazing.
Hi,
Christine. Yes, we can hear you.
March.
Yes.
Welcome, wonderful, to our city, New Orleans. As you can see, it's carnival season. It's Mardi Gras.
Correct. So we have to dress appropriately. We are standing here right in front of the HI Hostel, New Orleans, right on Canal Street, just at the edge of the French Quarter. This is like the place to be. We're so excited to share a little bit of New Orleans culture with you guys. Excited to answer your questions in the chat. And if you want to DM us afterwards, we're happy to answer any and all New Orleans questions. But first, we are going to mask up because we follow the city rules and we're going to bring you guys inside.
Let's show you the High Hostel.
Yes.
Come on.
I know I'm not wrong. The feeling's getting stronger the longer I stay away. Miss those moss-covered vines, all the top to pines, where mockingbirds used to sing. And I like to be by the lazy Mississippi, hurry in the spring. Ooh, the moonlight on the bayou. Oh, that Creole tone that fills the air. I think about the glorious in bloom. Oh, wishing I was still there. Do you know what it means to miss New Orleans? 'Cause that's where you left your heart. I know I miss. And that's the one I care for more. Than I miss New Orleans.
Don't you love her? This is Robin Barnes, the songbird of New Orleans.
Thank you so much for coming, Robin. You are one of our favorites ever, and we have with you also your husband, Pat Casey. Together, they are known as the Lovebirds. Thank you for coming.
Tweet. Well, Robin, I know you grew up around music. You grew up in the Ninth Ward. You know New Orleans music in and out. Tell us a little bit about what music means to the culture here in New Orleans.
Well, growing up in New Orleans, coming from a family band, I started in church all the way to opera to jazz, and music means everything in New Orleans. I'm known as a New Orleans songbird because music is in depth in our blood. It's how we were raised. It's what you're raised upon. It's like food and music. So New Orleans is everything, and so is the music about it.
That's delightful. And maybe you can give us a jazz icon, female jazz icon or two that we can go do a little research on.
So my absolute favorite is Ella Fitzgerald. I like to think I have her range from the very low to the very high notes as well. And you can't go wrong with like a Nina Simone. And of course, Irma Thomas, a local legend.
Yes.
Local love.
Correct. Okay, great. And maybe you can tell us a little bit about where you send people when they come to New Orleans and ask you where to see live music.
Oh, absolutely. First of all, Google wherever I am. Okay.
Correct.
Or Pat. But the best places are, of course, the Frenchman Street, Spotted Cat, Snug Harbor. You can't go wrong with the Windsor Court with Peacock Room. That's where I play.
That's a
But
fancy.
that's the cool thing about New Orleans is there's music everywhere. I mean, even if you just take an afternoon stroll on Royal Street, you'll be surrounded by music. Music is everywhere in New Orleans.
Delightful. And you just started a new venture, Move Your Brass Fitness Community. Tell us a little bit about what that's like.
Yes. So my fitness movement called Move Your Brass started because as a musician, I came back from tour with a life-altering illness that I needed to work out. And as a New Orleanian, we love bread, sugar, sweets, drinks, everything that's, not necessarily the most healthiest.
Right.
So I had to revamp my lifestyle and I didn't know how. And I made one Facebook post to my fans and told them if anyone wanted to come work out with me, I would love them forever. 10 people I never met in my life showed up. The organization is completely all free community classes from dance cardio to walking and running. And it's been growing from those 10 people to now servicing hundreds of New Orleanians in the greater New Orleans.
That is amazing. It's such a wonderful thing to bring to the city. Thank you for that.
And if you want to take the Move Your Brass excursion, you can sign up for that. Are we going to have the links on the bottom of the screen?
Oh, yeah.
Hopefully.
Details in the chat.
Also, you can catch Robin on the main stage at Wanderfest. We hope that you are signed up already.
Correct.
Thank you so much, lovebirds. Do we have
Thank
time
you.
to take any other questions, or should we keep on moving?
Do you have questions?
anything?
Do you have questions?
Don't forget, you can jump in at any time and find out a little about New Orleans.
But yes, come move your brass with us.
Yes, correct. Oh, I guess we're good. Well, one of my favorite places to listen to live music is honestly just out on the street. I feel like a walk down Royal Street, you just find these magical musicians and people like Robin. And if you're really lucky, you catch a second line.
Oh, now that is a blessing. When you catch a second line going down the street, I might just jump in and dance.
Just jump in and dance. And luckily, we have somebody here with us who can tell us all about that. So.
All right, check out some more of this beautiful hostel, y'all, while we take a walk.
You can take it off. It's
You're
okay.
good, Lily.
It's fun for you.
All right, Fender.
Hey. Yeah, we are here with Malik Bartholomew.
Hey.
Such a joy to be here with you today. He is a 7th generation New Orleanian, correct? A radio host, a historian, and the operator of No Nola Tours, which, yes, I am excited to get on that during the Wanderfest as well.
Malik, we're so lucky to have you. Can you tell us a little bit about Second Line Tradition? How did that start?
So Second Line is a cultural thing that we do here in New Orleans, and it's grounded in an area that we know as Congo Square. So Congo Square is where Africans during colonial times went outside of the city. Originally, the city, as we know it, was the French Quarter. So they went outside of the French Quarter and they would gather. And because they gathered, they were able to retain African traditions. Also, there was a thing called benevolent societies, where New Orleans people joined benevolent societies to for insurance reasons, as well as for economical reasons. So with Second Line culture, if somebody died, they will host these benevolent societies as insurance companies will bury the dead. And in African customs, they use music. So they would use music or a soulful song or a song that would make you cry going to the cemetery. But coming back, they would celebrate their life and they would start playing lively music. And the people who came out of their homes to join the processional, who had no reason being there, they just having fun, those people were called the Second Line. So this is where you get the term Second Line from in New Orleans, with these jazz funerals and these processionals to celebrate life.
So the first line was the actual
funeral,
procession.
Yeah, the actual processions. And later on in history, we have these benevolent societies become associated pleasure clubs, and they decided to host second lines on Sundays for their communities during the Jim Crow era.
Now let me ask you this: when some of these people come to visit New Orleans, if they see a second line come by, can they join?
So a second line is a mover processional and it's open to all. So anybody can join in, anybody can participate. So it's not a set structure. It's whatever you feel like, wherever you move, the way you sing, you dance. It's just about you just enjoying yourself and having fun. So a second line is just you just letting loose.
Love it.
Letting loose.
All right, so we also want to know about one of your most important tours that you give is on Tremé. Can you give us like a brief history of why Tremé is important?
So we talked a little bit about Tremé. Actually, this is a beautiful map of New Orleans. We're called the Crescent City because they have this crescent bend, and then at the beginning of that bend is an old area known as the French Quarter. So beyond the original boundaries, when you cross Rampart Street, you're moving into Tremé. Tremé is special because it's the oldest African-American neighborhood in America. So a lot of New Orleans African-American musicians, culinary culture, and etc. was established in Tremé. Tremé is also have a lot of things with second line culture, jazz music, food, and it actually during Carnival started a unique tradition called the baby doll. So a lot of people in New Orleans, they see Mardi Gras Indians, they see the jazz, but they don't know about the baby dolls. And actually, this year documented, it is actually the centennial celebration of the baby dolls, where it's been over 100 years, where African American women, a lot of earlier years, Mardi Gras was actually controlled by men, the organizations, the groups, and etc. So these black women in Tremé decided, hey, we want to do something for ourselves, and they decided to mask, which we call costuming in New Orleans. They decided to mask like something that these men called them, because our popular culture at that time, they would call women baby dolls. So they masked as baby dolls in frills and lace and satin, and they would wear garters, and they would throw money at men, and they would in their bottles they would have gin and rum. So on Mardi Gras Day, everything goes, and you're just like celebrating life. So these baby dolls celebrated life like no other. And unfortunately, in 1980s, 60s, it started going away as baby dolls started to die. But after Katrina, you saw this massive resurge of this cultural tradition. So on Mardi Gras Day and any cultural festivals, you will always see the baby dolls. So it's great to have that tradition back in New Orleans, which started in Tremé.
That is so exciting. I am really excited to take at least one of your tours.
You
Maybe
have to.
both of your tours during Wanderfest. You guys can get deets on how to sign up for that excursion in the chat. And do not forget what Malik has told us about second lining, because we got a little surprise for you all coming your way toward the end of the broadcast.
All this talking about second line has got me feeling like I want to dance, which is good because we have Mojo here.
Shake, shake, shake.
incredible.
All right, Wanderfest community, please welcome a cultural ambassador of Louisiana Creole African dance, performer and creator of Bounce Fitness, Mojo.
Hey, oh my God, we're not worthy. We're not worthy. So we wanted to ask you a little bit about bounce, a little bit about twerking. So can you tell us a little bit about how Miley Cyrus invented this cultural phenomenon?
You know what's funny? I don't know how Miley Cyrus always is the question. She's like the person who like inserts this conversation. But I will say this on a positive note about Miley Cyrus. At the time when she did that, the good thing is she used her household name. She's Hannah Montana.
Correct.
You know how many trap songs they got about Hannah Montana? There's a trap song called Hannah Montana. So I think the good thing about that is she was really breaking herself away from like that innocent part of like, oh, I'm Hannah Montana to I'm Hannah Montana. So no, I'm sorry, I'm Miley, okay? Get this straight.
I love it. So tell us a little bit about like the actual origins of bounce and how it's kind of developed for today.
Well, what I'll tell you my interest and my love for bounce music, because also like with that Miley Cyrus conversation, people like tend to like take twerking, like this was just something that was like new, that popped up. But if you grew up here, you knew that it was something that was like, it was popularly used in words. It was not just a dance, but it was a slang. We heard it with DJ Jubilee doing the Jubilee All, and everything like wasn't right here. You actually did a series of dances. It was like a line dance. Then you heard what we call our mother twerk cheeky black, twerk something. It wasn't just about this specific step that we were doing. It was like your mind state, like twerk something if you're real with it. So it wasn't just about your body, your mind, your body, your spirit had to be connected. That had to be one.
That's great. Well, and I know that you're big on using bounce to kind of empower women. Like, tell us a little bit about how you do that.
Well, I do it the same way that the women in the culture, they've always empowered me, and that's to be yourself, to be original, to be free, and just to let yourself go and let people like know, like, look, I am like working with a whole lot right here. So the movement really just expresses how you feel about yourself. If you don't feel like having your hands over your knees, guess what? You don't have to have your hands over your knees. You didn't see me just do that the whole time. I did it whenever I got good and ready and whenever I felt like it. Yeah. And that's the power right there. So fitness is a way that I do that. Through performance is another way that I exemplify, that thought. This drum right here, I thought it was important to bring that because I work with a Sinofu group called Ivoire Spectacle from the Ivory Coast. And one thing, I know people like to say, oh, well, twerk originated in Africa, and it's mapuka, and it's this, and it's that. Well, it's all of those things, and all of those things have a celebration in who we are as Black people globally.
Yeah. Well, and you are like not just a performer, you're a teacher. You teach people how to do this for fitness and I'm sure.
For fitness, for performance, for fun. I have a lot of people who come in and they want to do like their own private videos.
Oh, okay.
So there's many ways where you can teach this for personal performance and pleasure.
Who can twerk? Who among us can do this?
Like
who among us?
Like, could you show us some?
Oh God. Oh. So also let's keep in mind that twerking is really just like a slang of the word, what you go work. All right. Gotcha. So anybody can work their body, right? Maybe. But twerking is something that gotta come natural to you. You know what I'm saying? So I could teach people a few steps, but it's something that eventually, like, you really just have to feel it.
I love it. And, so we are going to see you again on the main stage, correct?
Yes.
At Wanderfest. Very excited about that.
Are we going to do some more moves here?
I mean, do y'all want to learn some?
Should we get the people back home?
I think we need to get the people back home. Just do a
Everyone
little
get up out of your
1-2.
desk.
Just a little 1-2. I can move this. I got it. All right. If anybody else you want to join in here, you can definitely join us as well. We're going to learn like 3 steps.
It's hard for me not to move when I hear that music.
It's hard.
That beat is so good.
Not yet. So the first step that we're gonna do here, we're gonna do like a shuffle. Shuffle to the right, and we're gonna roll our hips to the left, okay? So we're gonna shuffle to the right 2 times. 1, 2, roll your hips to the left. Now let's go to the left. Hey, 1, 2, now roll your hips to the right. All right, let's see if we can put it together. 1, 2, roll your hips left. 3, 4, roll your hips right. Now your arms, the arms are like real important. Arms are really important, especially like how I remember doing bounce. There was always like movements with your arms that you would do, and it was just like a celebration. It would be like, hey, oh, where you at? Hey, oh, everybody can do this and get involved. All right, so let's try it to the right, to the left. 5, 6, 7, 8. So we go to the right and we roll our hips left. Go to the left and roll our hips right. Last 2 steps. Scissor leg. All right, also known as like a jig. All right, more Baton Rouge than New Orleans, but we see this with second line on your toes. All right, so we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4. So move yourself to the left. All right, starting with your right foot. Ready? 5, 6, 7, scissor leg jig. 2, 3, 4. Last step. You can't do this without a booty drop. All right. So bring your right arm back. 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, but you got to keep an arch in your back now.
Feel that.
Arch in your back, make that booty bum bum. All right. It's not just about your booty, it's your body. All right. You can't be afraid to work your body. Ready? So let's see if we try it all together. 5, 6 to the right. Here we go. 1, 2, roll your hips left. 3, 4, roll your hips right. And scissor, scissor, scissor. Now stop. Bring it around. Booty drop. Boom.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Mojo. All right, you can dance with Mojo at Wanderfest.
Oh no, we gotta do with the music.
Oh no, we're gonna do more of this. It'd be easier with the music.
So also with twerk, there are key things that you gotta listen for. Claps and always the trigger man beat. If the trigger man beat isn't there, the claps are. Ready? Here we go. 5, 6, 7, right, right, roll left, left, roll right, and scissor leg. 1, 2, 3, drop, 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 drop. So y'all think I can do it a little bit?
That was
A little bit more than I could 5 minutes ago.
Okay, good. Did y'all have a good time at home?
Yes, they're cheering. I can see them out there.
Sign up for the Audacity of Twerk excursion with Wonderful too.
Oh my gosh, you guys, you gotta get out.
Audacity.
Too much fun.
The audacity of
Too much
people
fun.
like that.
Fantastic.
Y'all enjoy your day.
Thank you for being here.
Thanks so much. Now we're on to something really silly.
Now we're on to something totally ridiculous. You cannot come to New Orleans without talking about food. And during quarantine, during our quarantine crazies, we started exploring some of the history of the city, including the rise of the restaurant legend Ella Brennan. Y'all watch this video we put together. Please keep in mind we only worked with what we had on hand. So production values are iffy.
This was during the early March 2020 when
Right. Just put yourself back
We
in
were in
that
lockdown.
headspace. Where were you? This is what we were doing. And yeah,
Then we'll be right back with some food.
live cooking demo. Yeah, we're gonna do some cooking after that. So enjoy, guys.
Hello, I'm New Orleans tour guide Christine Miller, owner of Two Chicks Walking Tours, and this is Quarantine History. New Orleans' fine dining expertise is legendary, but it was a culinary novice who gave the city some of its most iconic restaurants, who turned its chefs into celebrities and who dreamed up beloved dining traditions. Yes, we're talking Ella Hurricane Brennan. She graduated from high school and entered into the restaurant biz with a lot stacked against her. She was a woman, for one thing. Her family was Irish instead of fashionably French, and she had zero formal training. In 1946, her big brother Owen's restaurant, Bouquet, was panned by reviewers. "Your restaurant stinks," Ella told him. "Well, then fix it, smarty pants," he said. Together, they introduced new signature dishes like chicken pantalba. They added music to the dining experience, and they translated the menu from French to English. Sacrilege among fine dining restaurants at the time. Things began to turn around. One day, Ella and Chef Paul Blanchet combined bananas, rum, and flames for a dramatic dessert served tableside. They named it for a well-connected regular. Bananas Foster's became an instant New Orleans classic. With business booming, the family purchased a permanent home for Brennans nearby. Then, tragedy struck. Owen died unexpectedly, and the banks withdrew financing for the project. The Brennan family raised funds to renovate their glamorous new building on Royal Street by mortgaging their homes. Many years later, Owen's heirs fired Ella from Brennan's. She and her siblings took over Commander's Palace in the Garden District. "We are going to make the best damn restaurant in the country," Ella told the public. They hired Cajun chef Paul Prudhomme. At the time, a dicey move for a Creole restaurant, but Prudhomme helped put Commander's on the map and reached celebrity status in the process. It was at Commander's that the Brennans added music to everyone's favorite weekend meal, creating another magical New Orleans tradition, jazz brunch. That's why you can savor Pan Perdue alongside a three-piece band all over the city. Just be sure to raise a glass, we suggest a stinger, to the late, great Grande Dame of New Orleans fine dining when you do. And be sure to subscribe to the Traveler Abroad's YouTube channel for more quarantine history.
And then we'll taste it.
Can you see? Because I couldn't see.
Okay.
Is that done?
So if you guys ever want to see more of those, which, no, we won't take any offense if you don't, you are welcome to check our YouTube or our Instagram. But we are back with Queen Treaty Lisa, whose famous Trimbagonian food is delicious, and she's working on some of this right here. She is a chef and a restaurateur and a Wanderfest food vendor. So hello.
Hello, Queen Treaty. Queen
Thanks for
Treaty.
having me.
Will you tell us, in your own words, what makes New Orleans food special?
New Orleans food is special like the people itself. It's warming, it's loving, it's confident, and it's so unique and it's so much different variation. So there's something for everybody here.
What do you like best about it? Do you have a favorite type of food here?
I like how the New Orleans jambalaya is very similar to a dish we call Kelalho. So when I eat jambalaya, it's kind of like, putting my two worlds together.
Oh yeah, that's a great question too. Like, how do Caribbean flavors? How have they influenced New Orleans?
Well, we all have taste in New Orleans, and Trinidadians are very spicy, and the food is spicy here too. So there's a connection in it.
Yeah, people seem to think the French food.
Oh yeah, people are like, oh, New Orleans French food, but there's a lot more to it.
And we'll call this sometimes the Caribbean, the northernmost.
Yes, the northernmost Caribbean city.
Yeah. So
what are we doing today?
So we are making Trinidad and Tobago's #1 street food, which is called doubles. It's a turmeric flatbread And there's curry chickpeas in the middle, and then we have cucumbers on the top with mango chutney, some tamarind sauce, and if you want it a little spicy, add a little hot sauce.
Oh, yum.
And it's vegan, vegetarian also.
Oh, wow. This looks complicated. Is this something that people can make, or they need to come here and get it from you?
Oh, they need to get it from me.
Yeah,
correct.
So,
Obviously.
but it's pretty simple. You know, we have a flat bread, which is tainted with turmeric. And then we have the chickpeas, the garbanzo beans, which is flavored in the curry. And the sauce as well, you know, you gotta come to me to get it.
Yeah. We won't ask you all your secret ingredients. Okay. Well, so how do we do these?
All right, so the dough is just simple flour, yeast, baking powder, and turmeric with water and a little oil. So we boil it out, and this is what I call, we're gonna do the push and pull method.
Push and pull. Okay.
Or something like that.
Something like that.
So we're gonna push out, and what we're trying to do is make a nice circle of this. And it just takes 2 seconds in the oil. So it's really quick. So you gotta, you know, when you drop it, ready?
Oh, yeah, let's see. Oh my gosh.
Scissors for them, and then flip.
That looks
And then we're gonna
beautiful.
flip again. And voila, it's done.
What are you frying that in? What kind of
So that is just the basic vegetable oil. And because it's doubles, there's 2 of them. So,
So this is something that is eaten anytime, or is it a special
it's
occasion?
really eaten for breakfast, but after hanging out and partying,
Ah.
it's a good 2 o'clock in the morning, you know,
Yeah.
dish.
Are there other things that New Orleans and Trinidad have in common other than food?
The culture, I think the culture is similar. The weather sometimes, not today, but
Not
the
today,
weather,
yeah, it's a little
you know.
chilly today.
Oh yeah, Mojo, did you have anything to say about that too? Do you
Talk about the Trinidadian, New Orleans
Caribbean
connection.
influence?
I think movement-wise, we're definitely like culturally connected.
Come back in here.
Just like how Lisa just spoke about the Palau and the jambalaya, definitely dance and music-wise, just New Orleans being a jazz place and Trinidad being a place of calypso. You know, you see this use of, you hear this, you know, this patois and all of these different instruments that's being used. And then you look at just like the wine, like how people are talking about wine or wobble, like how you saw me just move my hips in a circle. You see the same things in Trinidad's culture as well. Lisa, did you grow up whining?
Yeah,
Did you
that's
whine
the
a lot,
first
like
thing.
too much?
That's the first movement.
That's the first move. That's like basic. That's like you got that.
Not saying we're all good at it, but
But it's like that's like the must do. Like
you know, you just grow up learning. That's just the flow. The regular flow.
exactly, and that's really how it is here too. Like I really, I wasn't always like a good wobbler at first, but it's something that like throughout time is like the more you did it, the more you practice it, like the better your loop it got. You know, the stronger
The
it
more you
got.
practice, yeah.
The more you practice, exactly.
All right, so this is the doubles, y'all. Fully loaded with the mango chutney with a little heat, the tamarind sweet sauce, and the hot sauce.
Yeah, you want to hold that up to the screen?
Oh yeah.
Let's let them see that a little bit.
That looks
More doubles, less
so
trouble.
good. More doubles, less troubles. I like that.
Yeah, so that is just one of the delicious foods you get to eat during Wanderfest.
Yes, but maybe you need to eat 2 of them. Yes. The name, I love it. Well, fantastic. Well, thank you so much, Coach.
Thanks for having me, y'all.
Thanks for
Come
showing
see
us.
us.
Yes, come see her. And so all of the things that we saw today and more, you guys are going to see at Wanderfest.
Including,
I was just going to remind folks that tickets are discounted through tomorrow at midnight. So if you want to come, you should get on that.
get it now.
Yes. So what else are we going to see, Maloney?
Musical performances by the original Peanuts and all women's brass band.
Yes, a cooking demo by Indigenous chef Crystal Wapapa.
An Afrobeats yoga class with the founder of New Orleans' first Black-owned yoga studio, Ajax.
Yes, a Bhangra dance class with Serena Jane.
A visit with Emmy Award-winning TV host Anika Raymond.
A panel on the New Orleans baby doll tradition, which is going to be fascinating.
And on a Saturday night, we're having a wonderful women's second line parade with brass bands and none other than the Longtime Baby Dolls of New Orleans.
Yes. Speaking of,
Whoa! I think we might have a surprise guest in the house right now.
Surprise guest is here. Should we meet you over here? You want to get them?
Baby doll!
She's coming in the kitchen. She knows
Come on
what
We're about to have some food with you, Ron.
Yes.
All right.
This is Baby Doll London of Longtime Baby Dolls, and
Can you teach us how to suck it live?
show us how we get started.
Well, you know, when you second line, when you see the baby dolls coming and you see the feathers and the satin shining in the air, you know something's about to happen. So the next thing you're gonna hear, just like us, we're waiting for the music, we're waiting for the beat, we're waiting to hear the band say, what's up? Because it's time to go. And we're gonna see what? The umbrellas.
Wow, what an amazing time. And you guys are seeing us behind the scenes live on Instagram right now as well, because share this, tag us, join us at Wanderfest. We are so excited to see you all in New Orleans. Thank you so much to our hosts, the Traveler Broads, Fender and Maloney, and to HI Hostel for hosting us in New Orleans. And all of the amazing talent that we have coming to this event. We are so excited to see everybody there. Don't forget about the special discount that's available if you have not yet gotten your tickets. And if you have, make sure you check the full list of excursions. We have tons of info on the website wanderfestevents.com. And please share this live stream with others so we can have more fun at Wanderfest with all of our favorite travelers. So we wanted to thank you so much for tuning in today. Again, I'm Christine Lozada, and we are so excited to see you in New Orleans, and we will see you soon. Yes. Oh, yes. And if you tried to twerk along in the live stream, please tell us in the chat. I tried. I did not succeed.